Welcome to PsychEd. Today, we're diving into a key assumption from the cognitive approach, the idea that behavior is influenced by internal mental processes. So, what do we mean by internal mental processes? Internal mental processes refer to the thoughts and cognitive functions that go on inside our minds every day. These include processes like attention, perception, memory, and decision-making. Essentially, they're the mental activities that help us make sense of the world around us and determine how we behave. The cognitive approach sees humans as information processors. We take in information from our environment, process it, and then output a response, which becomes our behavior. Let's look at some of the key internal mental processes involved in this. Attention. This is the process that helps us focus on certain pieces of information. Out of all the stimuli around us, sights, sounds, smells, our attention helps us choose what to focus on. Without attention, we wouldn't be able to concentrate on anything specific. Perception. Once we've paid attention to something, perception allows us to interpret what we are experiencing. It's the way we make sense of the sensory information that our brain receives. For example, if you hear footsteps behind you, your perception might tell you that someone is approaching. Memory. Memory is how we store and retrieve information. Without memory, we wouldn't be able to recognize familiar faces, recall events, or use knowledge we've gained from past experiences. All these processes work together to help us interpret our surroundings and guide our responses. If there's a breakdown or bias in these processes, it can affect our behavior, and this is where things get interesting. Let's look at an example of how internal mental processes can influence behavior. Hostile attribution bias is a perceptual bias, where a person is more likely to interpret someone else's behavior as hostile or aggressive, even when it's not. It's like a filter through which the person sees the world, a filter that makes them believe others have harmful intentions, even in innocent situations. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine someone bumps into you in a crowded hallway. A person without hostile attribution bias might perceive this as an accident, thinking, "Oh, they didn't mean to bump into me, it's just crowded." But someone with hostile attribution bias might immediately think, "They did that on purpose. They're trying to provoke me." This kind of bias can influence behavior in a significant way. If someone interprets neutral or accidental actions as hostile, they might respond with aggression, leading to conflicts or even criminal behavior. In fact, studies have shown that hostile attribution bias is often linked to aggressive tendencies and can contribute to violent or criminal behavior because the individual's perception of the world is skewed towards expecting hostility from others. So, to sum up, the cognitive approach teaches us that behavior is influenced by internal mental processes like attention, perception, and memory. We act based on how we process information from the world around us. However, perceptual biases like hostile attribution bias can cause individuals to misinterpret situations and act in ways that may lead to aggression or even crime. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this useful, don't forget to like and subscribe.